If you're a beginner digital artist, shading is something which is very basic and you should know about it. So in today's video, we will be discussing just about that and we are starting it right now. So here we are in Krita 4.4. Obviously, if you want to use these fundamentals in any other software, whether it's Photoshop, Procreate, Clip Studio or Paint Tool SAI, you can do that. The only thing which is required is that these softwares must have the same brushes as I'm using, at least property wise, and the software which you're using should have layer functionalities in it, which it obviously will have. So for shading, first of all, we will need a flat unlit sort of shape in our canvas. So in our case, this unlit shape will be of a sphere. So for creating an unlit flat sort of sphere, we need to create a circle. So for creating that circle, first of all, we will be selecting any light color, choose whichever color you want, and then use this circle tool on the left hand side. Make sure the fill color is set up to foreground and make a shape like this and drag it like this to make a circle. Now go to your layer docker and make sure the layer which consists your circle has the alpha lock turned on. The reason behind that is that turning on the alpha lock prevents you from spilling your colors outside the area which is already colored. So after you're done with that, you can just use a simple non-pressure sensitive brush for defining your lighting and shadows, just like what I am doing over here. So here in my case, first of all, we will be working on the shadows. So select a darker version of your color. If you feel like changing the hue a little for your shadows, you can do that. You can feel free to do that. Now after we are done, now for a little transition between your shadow and your highlighted area, we are going to use a lighter color, a color which is lighter than your shadow, but it is darker than your highlight or the lightest color you have. Use a whitish pink sort of color for the highlights, just like this. Now if you want to add some bounce light as well, you can just simply use the lightest version of your color and similarly make a light stroke at the back of your circle like this. Since we have all our flat colors set it up, we can start with blending these colors together so that it can look much more realistic, and we'll be using the default blur blending brush of Krita. Since I want to show off more of my bounce light, I will be exaggerating the amount of bounce light on this object a little bit, but you actually don't have to do it. Also in the case of the highlights, I'm using a pinkish white tone of white on the circle so that it gives a much more reflective sort of feel to my shape. On the surface or on the floor, we will be quickly drawing a blackish sort of shadow. It's just quick, very simple, very easy, nothing fancy. But actually, if you want to make your shadows much more realistic, what you can do is you can just make sure that the shadow is not completely black. Try to keep it somewhere around gray, because obviously the reflected light is also hitting this casted shadow, decreasing its actual darkness and making the shadow look a little lighter. Now for adding blur to it as well, what you can do is you can go into the layer which consists of your shadow, press right mouse click, add a filter mask, go to your blur and add a Gaussian blur with settings around somewhere around 40 to 50, I guess. Obviously you can add other things like ambient occlusion and all the kind of fancy stuff. So let me explain you what sort of lighting setup we are going with. So we have a light source coming from the top left, hitting the sphere somewhere over here and emitting light, which creates sort of highlights on our sphere. Since the shape of the sphere has huge curves on itself, it prevents the light from hitting this area, basically this back area, ultimately making more room for our shadows. And finally at the end we have our bounce light, which indicates light being deflected from other surfaces around the sphere. Just like in any other realistic case where light is not completely absorbed by the nearest surfaces of your object, instead of that, what happens here is that those surfaces reflect back a little portion of the light on the object, so it kind of gives that shine on the back of the sphere. Obviously the intensity of this bounce light depends on the surface which is near the object, how reflective it is, which actually means the shinier the surface will be, the more brighter the light will reflect, and the more opaque or matte that surface is, the less light it will reflect on the object. Still, many people actually ignore this bounce light. If you want to ignore it, you can, but in much more realistic cases, it is there, and if you want to draw it, you can draw it like this. So yeah, this is it for today's video. If you liked the video, press the thumbs up. You can comment down if you have any video ideas, comments or suggestions. You can subscribe for more of this content, because I make content related to Krita, digital art and all that kind of cool stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Until then, peace.